It's February 2020, and B2B marketers should all be so happy that Google finally bestowed upon us some tools that match our sales funnels. This is a game-changing time for anyone who's a B2B advertiser who relies on Google to either generate sales leads or to acquire new customers through e-commerce transactions. I'm John Buie. I'm going to take 10 minutes to tell you a little bit about the 4 things that you need to be paying attention to right now that you can go and do for free on your own Google accounts today. And if you have any questions, email me, john@johnbuie, that's BUIE.com, or connect at LinkedIn or a conference. Just came back from B2B Marketing Expo in Scottsdale. It was fantastic. And now here in chilly Chicago, getting ready for PittCon at the McCormick Center. So if you're at either one of those upcoming shows, definitely let me know. So let's get into it. There's 4 things that Google did to revolutionize our B2B marketing world. And let me tell you a story about why these are so important. I started doing Google Ads 15 years ago when for 8 cents, if you can believe that, we were able to bid and pay per click on terms like CRM software and online accounting software. So obviously business was good. And we were able to do it because a lot less competition, and Google didn't quite understand the value of the opportunity they were making for marketers back then. So it feels like for the last 15 years, Google's being kind of riding on the coattails of that success in the B2B space, saying, look, we're putting out all these great new advertising tools for consumers selling phone cases or shoes or electronics. But for the B2B marketers, we just kind of had to make it work for us, right? Like Google Shopping, undeniably a very, very successful channel in the B2B space. For the last 3 to 4 years, it's been undeniably the largest growth that we've seen in acquiring new customers online that then we can put into the rest of our sales funnels, but acquiring them through an individual first transaction through e-commerce, it's been fantastic. But it was always taking B2B products and shoehorning them into this ad platform that Google was handing to us. So now, thank you, Google, we have proper tools to do our job as a B2B marketer going into 2020. Everything that I'm going to talk about actually was released in beta in late 2018 or early 2019. So some of you might have seen it on your accounts then, but it's been publicly available since mid-2000 to late 2019. So we now have had about 6 months to look at the data and interpret how this is working best in the B2B space. So let's get started with number 1, which are changes to Google search text ads. So this has been a really neglected space, to be honest, and most B2B ads haven't changed much in 3 to 4 years because everyone's been focusing so much on the Google Shopping channel. There wasn't much excitement to Google text ads, but now what Google's done is they've taken lots of the unique aspects of Google Shopping ads that are working well in the B2B space, realizing it's not a perfect fit and it's more of a consumer channel, and they've extracted those and put them into search text ads. So most of them are similar to this. So you have Google Ad extensions, which are front and center of your ads. So you can see the light behind me is your search text ad, and the flower in front is your ad extension. So this takes up more screen real estate, it's more front and center and more visible to the user when they're typing in the search term that should be triggering your products. The ad extensions that they've given us that are specific to B2B, which weren't around before, are lead extensions. So that's 1A. 1B are more different call out extensions that we can use so we can highlight features and benefits of a product. And C, kind of the biggest change, is being able to include all of the different pricing, packaging, and volume and size options of a product right underneath the ad. So again, taking up much more real estate on the screen and getting more targeted clicks through to your website. Number 2, the second tool that they've given us is Google Postmaster. So if you maintain a website, you obviously know about Google Search Console, a dashboard that helps you diagnose and spot errors on your site that are hindering it from doing well in the Google search. And now they've given us pretty much that exact same tool for email. And this is called Google Postmaster. Just go to your IT team, ask them to set it up for you after you've registered on the Postmaster dashboard. They'll give you some text codes that you have to add to your DNS records. Fun stuff, let your IT guys do it. And then you'll have a dashboard exposing a lot more knowledge that you have, which fills in the missing gaps of information that you don't get right now. So right now you might be using, Constant Contact, MailChimp, or a proper email marketing platform, which I hope all of us in the B2B space are using, like Odoo or Marketo or Pardot, which sends more intelligent, automated, evergreen campaigns to your customers. This new Google tool will work with any sort of email marketing you're doing. And the missing data that it gives us is what happens once the email is sent, which is what your tool tells you now, that yes, we sent 95% of the emails. And your tool currently tells you who opened the emails and who clicked on it. But what it's missing is that second step of, okay, it was sent, but was it delivered? Or if it was delivered, where? Was it actually delivered to the inbox of the customer? Or was it sent to the spam folder? Obviously, these affect all of your post-click metrics that you're tracking, sales leads and e-commerce transactions, very, very much. And there was no way to see this before. There were some enterprise tools or some paid tools like Return Path, which help you view this, but now you can do it for free inside of Google directly using their data inside of Google Postmaster. Number 3 is Google Manufacturer Center. Now you can feed your products. So similar to if you had e-commerce available on your site and we're feeding them into Google Merchant Center before, now you can also feed your products with a separate set of data and more attributes into something called Google Manufacturer Center. And by giving this data to Google, you're kind of ensuring a few things. A, that distributors or other people listing your products online are using a consistent set of data. So you're increasing the quality of the data across the entire Google ecosystem. And in exchange, Google's actually giving you insights onto how your distributors, or maybe they're not your distributors, maybe this is helping you find people selling your products online who should not be. And it's showing you how they're advertising the products. And you can look for things like, are they following my MAP, my minimum advertised pricing, or not? So very important tool. That one's only available to manufacturers, not people distributing products. But there's a caveat. If you are white labeling products, you might not think you qualify, but you actually do. So any product that has its own Global Trade Identification Number, GTIN, whether that's a UPC or other barcode formats, qualifies to be part of the Google Manufacturer Center platform. So get your product feed in there, start seeing this data, and start controlling more of the attributes that exist online for your products. And that leads to number 4, which is attribution. Google's attribution model, so how they're giving credit to what channel in the sales funnel for capturing the sales lead or making the e-commerce transaction, has always by default been last click, which means you put all this effort on your B2B marketing email campaigns, webinars, top of the funnel activities, yet when someone's ready to actually contact your sales team, they just do a Google search and they click the ad. Then the Google Ads platform gets credit for that sales lead. Obviously not ideal. So to help give it clean data, which is very important now that Google's artificial intelligence tools are going to be helping much more in managing campaigns in the future, we need to make the data clean of clearly indicating what generated our desired action. So a sales lead being captured or an e-commerce transaction. Now, this is something you change in your Google Ads and Analytics, and you find the attribution model. And the best one, there's a few different options. The best one that we've seen is for the B2B space is definitely time decay attribution. So it will give credit to different ad campaigns that have influenced the customer in their buying journey to get to that sales lead or that first e-commerce transaction. So if you focus on these 4 new tools, you have a window of, maybe it's only a year before everyone catches up, but I don't think so. I know B2B marketers well, and I know this will not get on the radar of many for quite a while. So you might have a 2 to 3 year window where if you execute on these things right now, then you will get a leg up on your competitors for the next 2 to 3 years to help steal some market share away from them. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, email me, john@johnbuie.com, or find me on LinkedIn, johnbuie, BUIE.com. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Thanks.